What is going on, everybody? Today we're looking at the new LEGO Star Wars Droideka set 75381 with 583 pieces that retails for $64.99, a part of the 25 years of LEGO Star Wars. So this is a really cool set that I was super excited for and was the set I was most looking forward to out of all these new releases for May 4th, aside from the promo. But this set just looks so cool. So it's a brick built version of the Droideka that looks really good. I think they did a really good job. It almost carries out the look perfectly. It even has the roll-up function, just a lot of goodness going on with this set. Of course, they did have that old Technic one from the early LEGO Star Wars years that rolled up in a ball and you could roll it, it would like spring out and everything, where this one doesn't do all that. It does have the roll function, it doesn't work that well, but just the overall build design, like looking at it here, just looks really cool, and they almost nailed the design of the Droidekas. Now, if we spin the box around, we can see the back, so you can see it there rolled up into the ball. You can see what it looks like there rolled into the ball, and then of course expands out with its shield as well, which unfortunately we don't get the shield design. But since this is part of more of like a more adult collector set, like the 18 plus set, we do get a display base as well, of course, with our brick for the LEGO Star Wars, our information card, and then a minifigure, I guess you'd call it, brick built version of the droid, which to me absolutely looks horrible. Like if that wasn't in there, this set would be almost perfect, but with that, it knocks down the enjoyment of it because that thing just looks absolutely horrible. But overall, we can see size wise there that it is 8 inches tall and 6 inches in width there from front to back. So overall, a pretty nice design for this that I was super excited about, and once built and see it in person, it did not disappoint. So enough with looking at the box, let's look at the actual set. So here's our Droideka and the display stand. So the Droidekas, or Destroyer droids, were created by the Colocoids for the Trade Federation, and they are used as heavy battle droids that can roll into battle and act as turrets. They roll out to battle in a wheel configuration and unfold into a tripod with twin blaster cannons and deploy energy shields that can deflect or absorb any form of energy. So that sounds pretty cool, and like I said, this carries out the look. So we have our display plaque, which we'll look at first, with our information, of course, Droideka, manufactured by a Colocoid Creation Nest, a part of the Trade Federation, the Confederacy of Independent Systems, with weapons of twin blaster cannons and deflector shield generator, and it stands 1.83 meters tall. Again, we have our LEGO Star Wars 25th anniversary brick on the side, and then we have our Droideka minifigure, or like I said, buildable figure, whatever you want to call it, which again looks horrible. Like this has got to be by far the worst version I've ever seen of this. Now, they've never been able to really nail the design, but this is by far the worst because it just looks like a bunch of Lego pieces stuck together. It's like, yeah, that kind of looks like a Droideka, and they just sent it out like that. But we got the 3 legs, so the tripod design. Then we have its center body going up to the head up top, that has part of the wheel rolly design. We have the eye antennas that stick out, but of course with this design just looks sort of weird there. And the 2 arms off to the side with the twin guns on that there. So again, not the best design. Now, like I said, Lego's never really nailed it, and I wish I could show the last design of Droideka I have. It's not amazing, but it's a lot better than this, so I wish they would have just re-released that one instead of coming up with this new design that to me looks horrible and just absolutely, like I said, ruins the set. Not like makes it a set not worth getting, just makes it not as good of a set as it could be. So that's like the only downfall I really see with this. But then we have the droid itself, which, like I said, if you see here, looks really good with this design. Of course, a lot of Technic brick designs built into it. So overall, it's going to be a little bit like awkward and everything, but still has really good design overall. So we do get the head up top, so we can start with that. So we have the sensor antennas on the head. So we get the 3 of them, so the 2 like eyes, and then one would be like the nose or whatever, with the head design there. And of course, there's a lot of movements with this, so you can get it to look down, look up a little higher and everything. And then this centerpiece does move back and forth on like the droid arm. And then we go to the back shell plate. So this brown back shell is the rounded off design there leading down to the back that I always like picture like a hair design with this back section here, just because it always kind of hangs off with the separation stuff. Always reminds me of like hair design, but that's obviously how it rolls up, and that all connects to the spine. So we have the back spine section here. You can really see what this piece they had on there. So the back spine that holds it all together. We have the power cables that run all over. So with these cables, of course, they're just the whip pieces, but the cables that attach up in here and attach onto the arms to the guns as well. So that's nice. And of course, we have those 2 arms with the extensor struts leading down to the twin blasters on each of the end of the hand. So we have those blasters there, and this is on a mechanic that will move back and forth. Now, I wish there was a button or something that you could easily push to get it to move back and forth, but they just kind of go back and forth, so you can easily shoot back and forth with those hands like the Droidekas do. Then we also get the shield projector plates. So we have these 2 plates on the back side here that unfold, and again, this is what deploys the deflector shields, so the nice blue color bubble that deploys around them. So that's nice. nice. Like I said, it'd be cool if they could somehow incorporate that, but I have no clue how they would be able to pull that off. Then at the bottom of it, we get the mini reactor bulb. So this is supposed to be more bulbous design here at the bottom. That has the mini reactor that powers this whole thing, but it's covered by bronzium armor, so that's why it's got this more brown design to it. And then it's got the 3 legs with foot claws at the end, so claws that can sort of dig in and stuff to give it some stability. So overall works and looks really good. Almost looks like a Droideka. Of course, like I said, the pieces like going on here with the Technic designs don't really work out and kind of hurt the design, but besides that, it looks almost exactly like a Droideka. As I mentioned, function wise, doesn't really have a whole lot. Like those shield plates can move back and forth, and then we do get the arms that move back and forth as I showed. And of course, these struts aren't connected, so you can adjust the arms so you can get them bended up a little more if you want, or extended out, whatever you want to do there. But I just always try to keep them in the same position for easier firing. And then the whole back, since this thing does roll into a ball, there is some movement, so like you can get a little bit of the different segments to like bend, like crunch back and forth and everything, so you can get it in different positions if you want there. But like I said, besides the arms doing the movement, the biggest thing with this is that it can roll up into the ball. Now when they actually roll into the ball, it's almost going to be exactly the same. The only difference, like from the movies and stuff, is that these legs fold up and then move like up towards the head section, and then this last leg folds back underneath and meets up with the head. But to do it in this figure, what we have to do is we have to pull them off, so they're just easily connected by Technic pieces. So we pull the legs off just to get them out of the way. We fold the arms up, so you just got to move the struts and then fold the arms up like as much as they will go there. So pretty much just fold them up all the way up on themselves as much as they can. Now when doing this, sometimes the power cable things do come out, so you'll just have to adjust those. And then you can crunch this thing forward, so they have it like crunched up as much as I can. You can take like the back piece and fold it down, and then the head, and kind of curl it around here as well. So you're just trying to get as much as a ball shape as you can, which like I said, it's not always perfect with the design, but you can just mess around with it. And then we take the legs and put them on, but we put them on upside down. So the 2 front ones go up and cover up the arms there, and then you take the back one and put it on the back, and it sort of meets up there with the back of the head. So there we have it in a ball form, which as you see, it's not really the best ball form design. It doesn't really work the best, like especially when trying to roll it, especially on the front, because it kind of gets stuck right there in that position. But you can roll the rest of it around, especially towards the back, because there's enough like curve to it and everything that it does actually roll. But like I said, unfortunately, it doesn't roll exactly how it's supposed to. But like I said, in real life, or at least from the designs, this is all supposed to be ball form. This leg comes around like underneath and meets up with the head down here, so it kind of completes the circle around there. And then those 2 legs are still facing the same direction. They just fold up and sort of fold up with the arms in there, so they'd probably be on each side of the head. So it's cool that it does do the ball form, and like I said, it does have some rolling maneuverability, but it doesn't really work out the best. And like I said, definitely not the best function of this, but I'm surprised it even does it, because when I saw this was being released, I'm like, oh, unfortunately with the design, it's not going to roll up at all. But it is cool that they did get it to roll up. Like I said, it just doesn't have the best roll up function, unfortunately. That, or maybe you just have to adjust pieces more than I have them here, and it'll work out a little bit better, but not like it matters too much. Like I said, for me, I just want it in the displayed expanded out form. So to undo it, you just obviously pull them out and switch them around to get them in the right direction, and just kind of open it back up. So just get the spine all extended back up, and then the position, readjust the head. You can adjust these pieces back here if you want it there well, and then obviously readjust the arms and get the struts pointed back out again. And again, you can have the arms there and readjust the shield plates as well. And there you have the droid all back together now, all folded out, ready to go into battle and shoot down some Jedi, which is really cool. So like I said, almost perfect for this design, like especially just this look here. I don't know if they could do any better. Like I don't know how much better they could get this than what it is, but it's amazing how well this looks. Like I said, the only thing it's really missing is better roll up form, like be able to roll up and roll, and then actually have something as a shield, which like I said is going to be pretty much nearly impossible unless they design like a big dome piece that you just sit on top of it. But my goodness, this thing impressed me a lot, and I absolutely love it. It's such a good and great design for this. Like I said, this is the thing I was looking forward to most, just from the pictures. I thought it looked so good, and then actually having it in hand, it looks amazing. So this is an incredible buildable model for a Droideka, which is hard for a lot of people to do. Like heck, even LEGO themselves, trying to get in the small form, can't even pull it off this well in the large form. Looks absolutely amazing. But let me know what you thought of the Droideka down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know what that like, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button to see more. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.